Little late in the day from what I usually do it, but I'm still making it out on Saturday for the Final Order Cutoff Books of Interest for March 18th, 2024. Stick around. Welcome back, family. Unfortunately, I had some things I had to take care of this morning, so I'm a little bit running behind. But as you see, I'm still getting it out to you guys. We have the Final Order Cutoff Books of Interest for March 18th, 2024. And what I mean by Books of Interest, in case you're new to the channel, is anytime there's a new number one that's out, a new series, new mini-series, new one-shot or anything, something that you just might want to know, hey, this is coming out, do I want to get it? I'm not making recommendations or non-rec or, just pointing out the books for you. I will point out number twos. So this way, if you did buy a number one and you liked it, this is your reminder to go and order the second one. If there's some really cool art, some good cover art or something like that, I'll point that out, in my opinion. I'll point that out as well. And if there's to my knowledge, a first appearance of a character, I'll point that out. If I miss anything, please feel free to drop information down in the comments down below, not just for me, but for anybody else who watches the channel. So this way, we all are on the same page for those books that are coming out. We all want to get them. So without any further ado, let's jump right into this. And again, this is Timo Hana. I am Rich, and here we go. So starting right off with, Boom Studios. We have Labyrinth, and I believe it's, this is just a reprinting. It says Archive Edition, 3-issue limited series of the original story. It's not a different story. It's, the Jennifer Connelly, David Bowie movie, which, 35 years. Wow. Let's all get a little older. We have also from Boom, Uncanny Valley number one. Now this is a new story from Tony Fleecs, which, Stray Dogs. So, I don't know. This looks like it's Wicked Witch of the West meets Karate Kid, or Street Fighter meets Yosemite Sam. I don't know what it's about, but I have a copy ordered because I want to just see what it is. Moving into DC, we have the reminder for Batman and Robin and Howard, number 2. As you can see, it's kind of kiddish art, but it is that same art all the way through the book. I did not read it, but I don't know if what the PG rating of it is. Remember, just because it looks like kid art does not necessarily mean that it is. That's why a lot of us got in trouble for allowing kids to read Stray Dogs. So, Batman Dylan Dog number 2 of 3. Remember, this is a really thick book. So, issue number 1 was, I assume. And it looks like John Constantine is going to be in this issue as well. That's the cover A. I'm actually a little bit more liking the cover B, and just the dimensions of this looks like it might be more of a prestige format. I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be, or if maybe it's a sideways and it's a wraparound. I'm not sure, but I love the purple uses in that for the Joker. We also have the Free Comic Book Day 2024, just around the corner, man. It's on May 4th. Absolute Power number 1 special edition blank variant. So I have a copy of this ordered because I think I might have 2 copies of this ordered. I wonder what the second copy is for. We have also the Absolute Power number 1 special foil variant. This one is $9.99, so just, don't click on it automatically thinking it's a $3 book just because it's Free Comic Book Day. It is a $10 book, but if you like that and you want that one in foil, I think that's a pretty cool cover there. Suicide Squad Dream Team number 2 of 4. If you like number 1, here's your reminder for number 2. This is a variant cover of the Suicide Squad. That's the Sweeney Boo. I really like that cover. I think that's really cool. I love that look in her eyes. The Batman First Night number 1 second printing. It looks like, it's got a distressed cover look to it. So it might be something that you are interested in. Moving to Marvel, we have the Avengers Twilight number 1 third printing. So if you're a collector of multiple printings, that one's there for you. We have the Black Widow and Hawkeye number 2. If you liked number 1, there's your reminder. Blood Hunt #1. Now, there's a ton of covers on this. There really is. This is a Blade book, and it says it's the bloodiest Marvel event ever. So, yeah, again, there's a ton of covers on this. I don't know if it's going to hit or not. I'm hoping that we get news that I think the Blade movie is still on. I know Iger is talking about cutting a lot of things, or Feige is talking about cutting a lot of things. They're both talking, but I think Blade is still in the works. From what I heard, Wonder Man is still in. I have heard that Ironheart is still in. I want to hear that Vision Quest is still in. I'm actually looking forward to that. I want to see more Paul Bettany. I really loved his portrayal. There are, like I said, a lot of different covers. I'm actually ordering the GTC, the Negative Space variant. I like this book. I'm not used to seeing one in the lime green, but yeah, to me, that looks really cool. I like that one. And there is a 1 in 25 copy, and this is going to be one of the red band editions. So, and it is polybagged, and it's got this is the homage to what was the decapitated? Got Tales from the Crypt, maybe. But it's got Thor's head here, and it looks like Blade's hand is holding the hammer. And I'm thinking, is Blade worthy? Really? But then again, is Blade allowed to pick it up because he's not alive? Well, he is. He isn't. I don't know. He's an undead. He does age normal. Whatever. But if you like that cover, though, and it is a 1 in 25, shop around with the amount of covers that are on this. Stores are going to have a lot of copies. I definitely don't go over ratio on this price. I think you should be able to get it for 20 to 25 easily. I don't think that you should be rushing out and saying, I got to have that at $100. We have Ghost Rider Final Vengeance #2. If you like #1, reminder. We have the giant size Hulk #1. This is also a point out that if you have a subscription to a book, subscriptions will be 12 issues for 12 months. They do not count for giant size or annuals. So if you want those books, you have to go on specifically and order them. I have one copy ordered because I want to read the story. I am not in love with that cover art. Roxxon presents Thor #1. The spokes guru Chad Hammer, the son of Odin. I don't know what this is, but let's see. It's only $3.99, right? The Spectacular Spider-Man #1 second printing. This is the Humberto Ramos variant. And at the same time as the #1 second printing comes out, usually that's when you'll be able to order your Spectacular Spider-Man #2. Weapon X-Men #1 second printing. And I didn't see Weapon X-Men #2. So, moving to Dynamite, we did get, oh my goodness, what was the name of the villain from this, I can't think, it's not Ares, dang it. Stupid, hold on. Move the mouse to the... Sorry, I had to Google it. Hades. Kept thinking, once you get a name like Ares stuck in your head, you just can't move it out of the way so you can see the correct name behind it. Well, we did get the Hades little book series or whatever from Dynamite. They seem to be capitalizing on a lot of the Disney stuff, but now we have Hercules, of course, and of course a ton of covers for that. So if you like collecting those Disney movie books through Dynamite, you have another one on the horizon. Justice Ducks #2. The cover A, the image is not there. I don't know what it looks like. There are a bunch of other covers, but if you like the Justice Ducks and you want to pick up one of them, there's your reminder. Speaking of reminders, Sweetie Candy Vigilante, Candy Vigilante, sorry. The correct spacing of the words there. #2. So if you like #1 and you could say it better than I can, there's your reminder. We have other books that are going to be tougher for me to say, by the way. Thundercats #1 third printing. As you can see, I have a copy of that ordered. It's because Mrs. Ohana is a big fan. I really think she's going to like that cover. It's a real good gem by David Nakayama there. I like that one. Assassin's Creed The Fall. Now this looks like it's a one-shot. This is from Massive/Whatnot Publishing, but just to this is in a prestige format, and it is $10. So again, just watch out for the price. But if you like it, this sort of thing, then make sure that you put that on your pull list. From Black Box Comics, we have Biomex #1. I love it. Once in a blue moon, I get a publisher that I haven't seen before. Distillery Media has another prestige format coming out. It says Blue Brothers Mother. The Blue Brothers Mother. #1. Okay. I actually haven't gotten any distillery books. I don't like prestige format. I don't want to have to go get different bags and boards and boxes and have to worry about that. So Bloodshot Unleashed Reloaded. So if you liked #1 and you would like to continue reading it, there's your reminder. Same thing with Buddy McGill. His #2 is out as well. Capable #2, the second book in a row from Advent Comics. There's your #2 reminder time. Crying Boy #1, second printing. So if you liked #1 and you want to get the second printing of it from Keen Spots, there's your good shot for it. We have the D&D Saturday Morning Adventures #2. So if you liked #1 and you wanted #2, there's your reminder. Same thing for Helen of Windhorn #2. And I actually heard John's Comics with Kids talking about that this morning, that this is on his reading list. He wanted to pick up #1 and had good hopes for it. Dark Horse usually puts out a pretty good product, but I don't remember if I got #1 or not. But I definitely didn't read it if I did. So if you have read #1 and you're planning on getting #2, please, if you ever shoot it down in the comments, I'd love to know what your feeling on it is. Okay, John Carpenter's Toxic Commando: Rise of Sludge God #2. Told you there were longer ones coming up. Another one from Dark Horse Comics. If you like #1, there's your reminder for #2. Finally, we get back to a #1. Killtown from Scout Comics. Scout Comics usually is good for at least 5 or 6 different #1s every single week. And I'll be honest, I haven't been a fan of the stuff being published by Scout Comics lately. There's going to be one that I don't buy, and that'll turn out to be the one, you know? From Mad Cave Studios, we have Love Me a Romance Story. Cover, #1, this is the cover A. I think there's one other one, which is a cover B. I don't think they had a ton of covers on that. From Fantagraphics Books, we have Mythologies and Apocrypha. #1, acclaimed cartoonist Tim Lane debuts a new ongoing series exploring the good, the bad, and the ugly of 20th century masculinity through a head-spinning blend of fact and fiction featuring Elvis, Frank Sinatra, Walter Cronkite, and others, culminating in a quick-draw shootout on Mars between Steve McQueen, Johnny Cash, and Sammy Davis Jr. What? What? Yeah, no. That sounds like it's almost as far out there as Department of Truth. And I did not like Department of Truth. Yeah. But if that sounds like it's up your alley, go for it and let me know how it is, man. Napalm Lullaby #2 from Image Comics. So if you liked 1 and you want #2, go right ahead. Again, that's another one I heard from John's Comics. He said in his chat this morning, he hated it. He absolutely hated it. And then people in the chat were saying how much they liked it. So this really is a hit or miss book. So let me know what you guys think. Night People #2. And when I saw this cover, I'm like, Skeeters, they're back. But this is from the Oni Press. If you like #1, reminder for #2. Operation Sunshine, Already Dead, #1 from Dark Horse Comics. We have Papa Duke #1, the cover A from Scout Comics. The cover looks kind of cool on that. I got to give the artist a lot of credit on that. That's good detail. Penthouse #2. If you actually like #1 and if you read it, I don't know if you read it or just, I actually just got the polybag just for collectability. It's still in the polybag, and yes, it is $9.99. It does have a polybag for #2, but bear in mind that the polybag is $3 more. It's $12.99. So I'm still deciding before the end of the day if I want to order this for collectability. I'm probably leaning against it because my bill has been pretty high every week and I don't want to add another $13. And then we go on to Rat City #1, the cover A from Image Comics. And yes, this is in the Spawnverse. So if you have a love of Spawn, you want to continue reading other storylines related to it, then make sure that you get this one on your order list. Silicon Bandits from Magma Comics. This is their #1. We have Saint Mercy Godland, #1 of 4. This is from Image Comics, and there's a few different covers on this, and looks somewhat interesting. So let's see what it's about. I believe I have a copy of that ordered. I'm hoping it's going to be better than the Enfield Gang Massacre, but. Titan Ultraman #2. If you liked #1 from Advent Comics and you want to order #2, there's your reminder. Every time I see Titan, I think of Megamind, and when he names was it Jonah Hill's character Titan? He's like, Titan. Yeah, it's the only one I could get that wasn't copyrighted. So, well, it is now. Wrong Earth Dead Ringers #2. If you liked #1 from Ahoy Comics, there's your reminder for #2. And just because we're at letter Z, you think we're almost done? Well, we actually have 2 Z's on the list this week. We have Zombie Terrors Undead Special One-Shot Cover A from Asylum Press. Don't like that cover art at all. I mean, it's interesting when I see foreheads that are bigger than my own, you know? Yeah, I'm acknowledging I got a big forehead. And Zor #2. So if you liked #1 and you want to continue reading it, there is your reminder. All right, so we have made it all the way through. Hopefully you found this list to be helpful. You enjoyed some of the picks. If you think there's other books, other storylines that I have missed in here, again, please put them in the comments. If there's a first appearance you know of, if there's a new story arc that's starting, yeah, it's Spider-Man #927. There's a whole new story arc. You should buy it. They have another new villain. It's the 18th villain this year. That kind of stuff. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Click on those notifications so you know when more videos are dropping. If you'd like to join, we have our meetup. It's going to Patreon meetup. If you would like to join, just join us on Patreon /Team Ohana. And next Saturday, the 23rd, we're going to be having our Zoom meeting. And I take input for the channel and where it's going, and just in general we have a lot of fun, and that's about it. So guys, thank you so much for joining. Like, subscribe, notifications, and until I see you in the next video, mahalo.